MP-08, and this is the video review for the Transformers Masterpiece Grimlock. This is the reissue. Oh, this is the reissue here. That came out, like I zoomed in on the packaging. The packaging is exactly the same. The figure itself is pretty much unchanged from its initial release. What makes this one special is, one, it's out again, and it comes with some special pieces. So I'm not going to do the whole transformation. I'm not going to show everything off, because I've already reviewed this figure. I'm going to just kind of focus on some of the changes. Now, the figure itself, like I said, is pretty much the same figure. I'm a little disappointed with it, because it seems like, and admittedly, maybe I'm just misremembering some things, but there's a lot of, like, any place there's something chromed, there's like these sprue marks where they've cut off, you know, like the red chrome, gray sprue mark where they've cut pieces off down here on the bottom. Are there any on the feet? See here on the tail pieces, just anywhere there could be a shiny gold piece that's been cut off. Now, to be fair, on the gold pieces on the chest, they're on the inside. They made those pieces so that part falls on the inside. But there's just a lot of little blemishes all over the figure that are just, it's still a nice looking figure, but if you look very closely at it and flip things around, you'll start noticing all these little blemishes just everywhere on the figure. Stability wise, it's a little, like, this wrist is very loose. If you put the sword in his hand by itself, it'll stay okay. With the new fire piece that we'll show off in a minute, it just keeps sagging down, which is a little disappointing. Like I said, I just feel overall that the original version was a little tighter, just a little better build quality overall. This one's still very solid and very nice for the most part, but there's just little things that, like his head. So you can see it's on a ball joint, but there's like a flaw in the ball joint, so it wants to sag down. It won't stay in certain positions. Just little minor nitpicks, which is a little disappointing for a Masterpiece figure. Well, now, what it does come with, they said transformable coin/crown, and we'll get to that in a minute. But it's also got this little flame piece, and this little, and the box actually is tabbed. It's a little cardboard tab, but so it can kind of flip out like that. But you actually, to get it out, you actually have to open this, and then you pull this off the flame. And what's neat about this is, I thought this was just a hard plastic piece that kind of slid over the sword, but it's actually a one very nicely painted. I thought it was just orange, but it's got some nice yellowy details and, you know, just a naturally flamish pattern. But it's actually also a soft rubbery plastic. It actually may just be rubber, not even plastic, but it's just a soft rubbery flame, and it actually goes on. I thought it just slotted on, but it actually, you slide this up into here, and it stretches over that, and then slides. You have to practice on a banana. Slides down over. There you go, like that. And through that, the sword still lights up with the LED gimmick, so it kind of gives a nice little glow on that. Now, one of the drawbacks to this is that it has already, right here, started to crack right there at the edges where it stretches over the widest part of the sword. It doesn't look like it's going to get worse than that. That kind of happened on the first time, and it hasn't been getting worse. So, again, a minor drawback, but a drawback nonetheless. And again, here's what I'm talking about. Like, once you put that flame on, you can see the sword just wants to, even unless you have it in like a very, there is a range up here where it will stay pointed up, but it does tend to, like, with a little bit of bumping and shifting, it likes to just kind of flop down, which is a little disappointing. There's the, you can kind of see the glow gimmick happening here, but it does kind of glow through that sword and gives it more of a, like a heat glow versus just an LED glow. And that's the sword. Now the coin, like I said, they said transformable coin into crown. And I thought of a lot of different ways to do that, but that maybe the coin would look a little weird or whatever. But what it is like there's this black plastic in this container that is shaped like one of the collector coins you've gotten, but thicker. And basically when you open this up, you're not actually getting a coin, you just get, it's just this black plastic shell. And when you open that up, inside there, in some tissue paper, is just the metal crown itself. Now, it did have this tag, you know, just kind of looped around like that through it. You know that type of thing. You just put the loop through on the crown itself. And the crown itself is not I don't know. Something about it is not as nice to me as the one that came with the original American MP one. Some of the gold detailing has already started to rub off the tip here. It's a little, you can see some of the silver, but it's a rougher hewn texture, and it's not quite as classy as the one I feel. And when it fits on his head, it doesn't quite sit all the way down. So it doesn't look bad, but again. I do like the fact that it's a different shade of gold than his body, so it pops a little bit better. But I mean, I don't know. It's not super impressive, especially when with the texture. It feels like it was just kind of like a really quick lead mold. And I don't know. I wouldn't drop it. I feel like it would deform if you dropped it. But as an extra. I mean, you are getting the original standard figure, which is nice, because some of the prices had gone up really high, so it's nice to have a reissue to kind of mitigate that a little bit. And the extras aren't bad. I love the detail of this flame sword. I like the fact that it's rubbery and not a hard plastic. I like the fact that because it's rubbery, it slides over the whole sword versus having a big slot in the back that I originally believed it to have. And it looks really neat. And the crown is a nice addition. I'm glad that the Japanese version finally got that add-on as well, because he originally got, you remember, the apron and the drink tray and the mind transfer device, all of which is still included with this. But they never got the crown. That was an American release. So, maybe did the comic version come with it? I can't remember. But, so yeah. If you don't have an MP Grimlock, it's worth picking up. If you already have an MP Grimlock, I don't know if it's worth picking up just to get the extra pieces. If you can find just the extra pieces on eBay by themselves, for a cheap price, it may be worth now. And like I said, the flame effect is really nicely done. The crown is, it's not bad. So yeah, there is the update to MP-08, the reissue Masterpiece Grimlock with the extra flame and quote-unquote transformable coin/crown. I was intending to pass on this. I hadn't bought it for a long, long time. It's been out for a while now. And it was finally when Gigapower showed that their MP Snarl that I was like, I have to get that. I have to get Grimlock now because I need to have the Dinobots, because now there is a Snarl coming. And Snarl was my favorite Dinobot. That Gigapower one looks so nice. I know people are having issues with like, oh, but the legs are on. I don't care. Snarl was my favorite. That looks like a really great Snarl, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. So yeah, within a couple minutes I was on the internet and shopping and grabbed an MP Grimlock. So there you go. But like I said, if you don't already have an MP Grimlock, worth picking up. If you already do, I don't really know if it's worth spending the money just to get the extra pieces that come with it, because other than that, you're not really getting anything significantly. Certainly, you're not getting anything significantly improved. And some things, like I said, there's just a few little issues, and maybe it's just mine, but that are just nitpicky, just little details that aren't as clean or as polished as they could be. But yeah, there is the reissue of Masterpiece Grimlock.